I guess I could talk about all sorts of things, whenever. I'm one of those people who's always thinking about something, really, for the most part. And having spent so much time being homeless and in hospitals and stuff like that, I don't have my own children, but I've met so many women who lost their children. Were not able to continue to be parents, or were only kind of part-time parents because they being homeless, they were not able to. Their children were taken from them, or they had to place them somewhere. And I think I guess I kind of have a theory about something that I think happens that people don't really hear about. You don't hear about it because you're not gonna. I think people assume that because somebody loses her children to a government agency, it's because she really didn't care about being a good mother, or was totally incapable of being a good mother. In some cases that's probably true. In other cases, I don't know that it is. Yeah, and if you think about these cases in which children are left with their birth parents, or a birth parent, despite the evidence that they're being harmed or neglected, and then the people that I've talked to who were pregnant or were very sad and very upset because they were homeless, and their homelessness was preventing them from having custody of their children, and to know them, and to know how motivated they are, to know how much they care, to know how much pain they're in all the time because they're not able to be with their kids, or because they are not free to make decisions for their children, or they feel like they're not able to be there when decisions are made for their children, or they're being treated like they're bad parents when they're really not. Being poor does not just automatically make you a bad parent, just like being rich does not automatically make you a good parent. I guess I kind of have a theory about this, and I'm telling you, I mean, I've seen women who are, they feel like they are truly wounded spirits. They barely are getting through from one day to the next. They are in so much pain from losing their kids that way. So I guess I kind of have a theory about that, and also knowing how the system works in a lot of ways, having been having been through it, through various types of social systems, and knowing how often people get lied to, and knowing how much they don't get support at just the time that they need to have support to prevent something catastrophic from happening to them. I think probably what happens, and people don't hear about it, is that there are women who really try to be good parents to their children, and something happens, right? They are poor, just poor, and can't keep their housing, which is tends to be very automatic. Especially if there's not room somewhere in a family shelter for you to have your kids with you, if you cannot provide a home for your children, obviously they have to be placed somewhere else. And if you do not have a relative who's willing to take them, you can lose full custody. Maybe be able to keep partial custody, but then that's in jeopardy right away. Like hearings start. It's really people. You see people stressed out about it all the time. You see someone getting ready, getting dressed. How do I look? I'm going to court for my kids. I mean, you see that. You see it just like every other week. But I think probably what happens is when you have those women who have really tried and have made the investment with their kids, they're the ones who have the kids that are going to have the fewest problems, and those are the ones who, I think social workers who aren't as sensitive, or don't care as much, or aren't looking at the overall situation, and do not have faith in their clients, look at those kids and think, that would be an easy kid to place with a family who wants to adopt, especially the white ones. Hey, this kid, is outgoing and friendly and sociable, and can read and likes to draw and does these things, and hey, this cute little kid would look great in some families' some family's Christmas card this year. I can do that, and that will mean I've done my job. I will successfully have placed this kid, this cute little kid, this like, that it's, and I think that happens. I think that happens. I mean, it's just they just are so, yeah, they're cute. They're not afraid of people. They're potty trained. Have some social skills, and they are just they're just, I think, just taken when really what needed to happen was the mother needed support. She needed some kind of support that wasn't there, and not only was the support not there, but she gets sabotaged so that the numbers could look better, or just social worker, just or whoever it is, the case manager, whoever it is, who's supposed to be there to help, just doesn't have the skills, or doesn't have the insight, or doesn't have the training, or doesn't care enough, or whatever it is, or just doesn't like the client for some reason, has their own problems, or is overloaded, or whatever it is, they're not willing to really work with the client to try to put her in a situation where she can keep her kids. And those are the ones who work the hardest, and those are the ones who produce the children that are they're just so easy to place with a family that loves them, and then the mother's just heartbroken forever.